Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Facebook James or Mr. Riley coming to you live from the West Coast, the best coast, the West Side. Hopefully your day is going well with you on this April 24th. Man, it's been a wonderful day over here. Had the day off, so just kind of kick back and check it out. On tonight's show, we have a wonderful special guest. Looking forward to just asking him some questions and getting to know at least my third Pali Football Head Coach. And so Coach Smith is going to join us, and then we're going to just talk about fundraising and some of the events that's upcoming. So stick around, stay tuned, and appreciate you watching. So we'll see you on the other side of the intro. Let's go.
Hey, win on me, win on three, ready, 1, 2, 3. Win! Oh, yeah! Stop playing with a beat! 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 Stop playing with a beat!
Skim it.
Others, 100 yards of pain.
Too much!
We just like to call it football.
Football.
With Facebook James.
Football, baby.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the show. Again, Mr. Riley coming to you live from the West Coast, the best coast, the West Side. What's going on? Hopefully, like I said a few moments ago, hopefully your day was good. And, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And if you happen to be watching right now, do me a favor. Just go ahead and drop a couple of comments so I can know who's in the house, who's in the dolphin den, if you will, tonight. And like I said a few moments ago, we have a special guest, someone who I just met a few moments ago by the way of Coach Smith. And so we're going to have him. I'm going to kind of pick his brain about Pali football and what he kind of sees, going into the future. Going to just have a chance to kind of have a little discussion about, who he is and just, what he's going to bring to Pali football. But before we get into all of that, we have just a few announcements, and, going to give you time to drop a couple of comments in the comment section. So again, I'm Mr. Riley, and man, I'm just so happy, anxious about what's to come this year in Pali football. So again, I know I don't have a son on the team, so this is going to be my first year without a boy being a part of the program. However, I do have my nephew. My nephew is a part of the program, and so just happy to support him and Pali football. So that's where I am. My daughter, she'll still be a cheerleader. So, we'll be around. We'll be around on the sidelines. And, I do see, one of my favorite people in the house. Let me go ahead and just kind of drop his comment. He says, Mr. Eric Renee Navarro says, yo, 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 let's go Pali. Triple exclamation mark. So, Eric, thank you for watching. Appreciate you and everything that you do for the Pali football community. So let's go ahead and get into some of these updates real quick. So, of course, one of the benchmarks of our program is spring football. And so that is coming up really, really soon. And you know what? Before you know it, the football season will be here. I mean, can you believe April is almost over? It's almost over. This is the 24th of April. And so we have about, maybe 30 more days of school. And so here's a wonderful time. Spring football is a wonderful time for the players to kind of, again, get some instruction, get some coaching from our Pali football coaching staff. All spring practices for returning players will run from 5 to 7 p.m. on the following dates. And so you see the dates, May 9th, May 11th, May 15th, May 17th, May 19th, 23rd, and the 25th. Looks like I got a typo over there. It says May 11 at the back. I'll double check and make sure, if May 11th should be included. But special emphasis on May 19th. That is Friday Night Lights practice and family fiesta event. We've had those in the past. And so I'm assuming when you say fiesta, you're talking about tacos. And so It's a wonderful, wonderful event for the families to come out, get to know the Pali Football board, and kind of see what the boys are going to do on the field as they go through spring practice. And then once that's over, summer football, the workouts will begin. For new and returning players will begin on Monday, June 26th, and run daily, Monday through Friday, from 4 to 6:30 p.m. Okay, and so this is going to be very, very important for those players, new and returning, for them to come out. And I'm sure they've already had the 6-period football class. They've been a part of the spring ball, and so this is just going to be another continuation of the player development. No practice, as you can see, on July 4th for Independence Day. I believe that's going to be a parade, and you'll get details about that going forward. And then after that, the summer football program begins. Man, there you go. July 24th. And this, right now, we're talking about the mandatory practices, right? And, it's very, very vital that these practices are attended by your football player or, by yourself. If you are a player on the team, you got to make sure you get to those practices. And so Monday through Friday from 3 to 6. And you want to make sure, if you're a player, that you attend as many of the practices available. So parents, make sure you schedule your family vacations before this particular time, because if they're not there for the mandatory practices, then it's going to be hard for them to kind of get into the first few games of the season. So please make sure, take your family vacations as soon as school is over. Do what you need to do. Now, we know that family emergencies happen, but if you can schedule around the summer football, mandatory football practices. And then, as you can see, there's some additional mandatory dates: June 24th, a new parent meeting at 5, Saturday, July 29th, additional practice and picture day, which is a wonderful time to capture all these images that you see right here. I see Nathan Spoonermore right there. And then August 5th, the blue-white scrimmage and season kickoff and barbecue. And so that's, all of those are very, very important dates. And as we go through, I'm sure more details will be passed out and sent out. And then finally, we have our 7-on-7 tournaments. Now, in the past, this has been a wonderful opportunity for the skilled position players to get in a habit of, just knowing who they can depend on in a real game setting. And so you see there's some tournament dates right there: July 8th, Wednesday, July 12th, and then Wednesday, July 19th. And so please make sure your boys are available. And if you're a player, again, do you like this little outfit, the uniform, the practice uniform that you see Jesse wearing? And I believe Coach this year, and we'll talk about that, Coach is instituting, wanting to make sure all players have this particular 7-on-7 uniform, and it's also going to be used for a practice as well. So that's something I'm kind of excited about. I've been kind of wanting to see that happen, instead of the boys just coming in their usual, whatever they want to wear. Come in some Pali stuff and have some team uniformity, if you will. And so that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And so again, the 7-on-7 tournaments are very vital. That's where, the QB, receivers, or running backs, linebackers, DBs all have a chance to kind of, go at it in a competitive atmosphere against different teams, instead of just going against themselves during practice. Okay. So that's all that we have. And then also, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, Coach told me, and I believe you should have received the email. I know I received one from my nephew, that the Snap Raise fundraiser should be live, or is going to be live tonight. So that is the most important fundraising activity that Pali Football has. And so please make sure that, share the news with your family, friends, neighbors, people at your church or synagogue, wherever you might go. Just please share the link and have donors donate whatever amount, whatever they would like to donate. And we know over history, especially me, I've had several boys participate, and we're asking for at least a $300 donation per player. However, if the player is not able to reach that donation mark, we just want them to donate something in their name, right? So even if it's $20, $25, whatever the case might be. Now, in the past, we've had players have $1,100, $1,200, $1,300, donate on their behalf, and it all goes into the pot for the football program. So whatever players, families, friends can donate on behalf of the player, then please make sure you send out the link, and we'll talk about that. And we also have the hype video just to share amongst our Pali football um, community. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get Coach Smith on here. We want to talk to him and just kind of pick his brain about what he likes about Pali football. And, but more than that, we want to know who he is, what kind of foundation he is or he has as it relates to football. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring on Coach Smith. What's going on, Coach?
Good. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, man. First of all, thanks for being here tonight. It looks like we have quite a few people who are watching tonight. And, Coach, before we get into all of the questions that some of the parents might have for you, but just tell us a little bit basically about who you are, and, we'll go from there.
I was born and raised in Santa Monica, went to every single Santa Monica school you could think of,
Okay.
preschool, elementary, middle, high school, junior college. Been playing football my whole life. Since I was 4 years old, I've been playing quarterback, and I just, fell in love with the game at an early age. My dad was the first black quarterback at Santa Monica High School, so I feel like it was in my blood. Learned a lot from him. My uncle played for the Raiders. So I just, been around football my whole life.
Okay, there you go, man. Okay. So, that kind of goes to one of my first questions, man, just, being influenced. And so, I can already tell that your dad was a major influence. Just kind of talk about that relationship and him being one of the first black quarterbacks. You said to play in Santa Monica?
At Santa Monica High School, yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Just kind of tell us about that influence and the importance of his influence on your football career.
My dad was very humble. He never really spoke about him playing, but it was everything I heard was from family members, his friends, told me how great he was. And, a lot of my game reminded them of my father. So I just tried to, emulate that as much as I could. Build his legacy, as a quarterback here in Santa Monica and on the West Side. He also went to Santa Monica College as well, and I followed in those footsteps and went to Santa Monica College. So, just tried to, continue his legacy in that position in that sport.
Absolutely. And so here's something funny, and I just forgot about this. I just thought about it as you were speaking. So I have a friend of mine who's a very, very good family friend. He was, he attended a lot of the Santa Monica schools as well. And so I think he sent me an article, when you were first hired, he sent me an article about, I think more so about your dad. And then it had some, information about you as well. And so I totally forgot about just that whole Santa Monica connection. He loves Santa Monica. If he could live in Santa Monica, he probably would. So you're a Santa Monician. I don't know if that's a word, but
Sounds
you're
about
born
right.
and raised. But you're born and raised and proud to be a product of Santa Monica.
Absolutely. My grandmother moved here. I don't remember what year, but she moved here, and my whole family just grew up just around the corner from where I live now. And they all went to John Adams, the elementary schools, the middle schools, the high schools. Like I said, my uncle played sports there with a lot of NFL players. My dad went through here, my brother. So Santa Monica is in me.
Absolutely. Okay, so I can already take off a couple of questions that I had. I kind of wrote down based on just kind of this discussion that we're having right now. So let me tell you, or let me ask you. Now, what position did you play in high school?
I played quarterback.
Quarterback. Okay, so
Yeah.
why did you like playing that particular position? And I know you said your dad, and was that your major reason why you played the quarterback position?
Honestly, from what I remember, that's all I ever played. Just being in the front yard of my grandmother's house, I just throwing the ball to whoever would want to catch the ball. Sometimes I'd be out there by myself, literally throwing the ball up in the air and just catching it. I throw it from one end to the yard, run under it and catch it, just go back and forth all day long. Um, just from what I can remember, I've been playing quarterback. So it wasn't a thing where my dad played, I wanted to play. It's just something naturally born to do.
Okay, cool. Now, here's a funny question for you. Now, can you still throw the ball up in the air and catch it out the opposite end?
I could throw it, but I can't run and catch it. My knees won't let me do that. But I can still throw it, and then my bunch of ice afterwards for my shoulder. But I can still sling it a little bit.
Got you. Okay, so then, as I understand, I think I was reading your bio. You went on to play D1, before that, you went on to play at the JUCO level, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm sure you play right there at Santa Monica.
Yeah.
Now, did you continue to play the QB position at Santa Monica College, or was that more? Did you change the position?
No, I play quarterback. I started every game at quarterback freshman, sophomore year, and then ended up transferring to University of Kansas. And I played every game, but I didn't start every game. But I still continued to play quarterback.
Gotcha. Now, did you play quarterback at the University of Kansas as well?
Yeah. When I transferred, I didn't start every game, but I played every game still at quarterback. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Now, what do you remember? Because there's so much now about the boys, having such access to a whole lot of different resources for recruiting. What do you remember about your recruiting process that is kind of different from what happens today?
Well, out of high school, I wasn't recruited at all. So our offense that we ran in high school was a wing T. So I didn't. I mean, there was games where I passed the ball maybe 5-6 times a game.
Okay.
So colleges aren't going to recruit you for that. When I got to SMC or Santa Monica College, it was totally. Now I'm throwing the ball 40, 50 times a game. So I was starting to get looked at a little bit more. We didn't have access to huddle, which is a big highlight or a big site for highlight tapes.
Yes.
We literally had to go into the video room with a VHS and sit there and record every single play. So it wasn't quick like we could now.
Right.
So we sit there for 2-3 hours making a highlight tape and mail it to college if we wanted to. And that's what the coaches did for us. But now a kid could just go on and do it themselves and just email it to a coach and it's there in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
so the process was a lot slower for us than it is now. There wasn't a lot of recruiting sites that there is now. We just had to really go out there and just, send tapes to whatever school we wanted to go to or word of mouth. If a coach, was recruiting the West Coast and he heard about me, he would come watch me. And then that's where the recruiting process started. So, yeah, it's a lot easier for these kids now in every aspect of life than it was for us.
It is. I mean, just the technology and how everything has evolved.
Right.
You're still using film, but it's more digital, access digitally. And so, yeah, I mean, these resources that the guys have now in terms of recruiting sites and the guys able to put up their own highlights. And, it's very different, even from, I'm reflecting back on, my oldest son, just his process, right? I mean, there was huddle, but, you had a lot of communication, a lot of handwritten communication. I remember, some of the colleges who were recruiting him, they would send him cards, his senior year saying, hey, good luck on the game. And, sometimes, some weeks he would have like 3 and 4 cards, just sent here, just encouraging him to do his best. And, I don't see that too much now where some of the, everything is kind of done on Twitter. And, you got to get at the coach this way or email. So it's a very, very different process, even from 5 years ago. And I'm sure it's much different from when you were at Kansas. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead, Coach.
Oh, no, I'm saying, yeah, no, you're right. Like, I would get letters and everything, but now a coach could just email a player and say the same thing and they can get it, right away. Before, we'd have to wait by the mailbox for a week, to get something. So you're absolutely right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So then, I have to ask this question. and I ask it of folks who have played on a collegiate level. Um, you know, did you play with any folks who went on to the next level? I know you went to Santa Monica College, and then you went to Kansas. Do you have any former famous teammates who went to the next level? Next level being the NFL.
At Santa Monica College, I played with, you probably heard of him, Chad Ochocinco,
Okay,
Steve Smith, who played for the Panthers and the Ravens, probably going to be in the Hall of Fame. Those are probably the two biggest names that I played with. I played with a few guys that went on to the league at University of Kansas. They weren't really, I think maybe one was maybe a starter on the offensive line, but most of them just got drafted and played for a couple of years, but not like household names like those two.
got you. Um, Okay, so let's kind of switch reels, and those of you who are watching, if you have some questions for Coach, feel free to join in. This is an interactive kind of situation. I don't want to have to ask all of the questions, and so if you're watching right now, go ahead and drop a question. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on the Pali Football page, or I think I'm even live on my own personal page. And so, if you want to ask Coach a question, by all means, go ahead and drop it in, and we'll ask him. And I see Lorenz Evans. Thank you for being here, sir. I appreciate you. So let's go ahead and so now, with all that football knowledge that you've kind of developed and experienced, you're here at Pali, man. Why? What kind of attracted you to the Pali football position?
My dream really was to coach, to run my own program at a high school level. So when this opportunity came up, I just kind of threw my name in the hat. I applied to another job at the same time, didn't hear back. But I coached at Brentwood the last 9 years, and
Okay.
the last 4 or 5 years we played against Pali. The atmosphere that I saw was just drew me to this position. It felt like when I was in high school, just the big stadium.
Yeah.
You have the band, the student section, the parents, the crowd. I mean, just the tradition that I saw at the Pali games just reminded me of where I went to high school, and I just want to be a part of that and be the head of that as well.
Okay, so you know what? I forgot that you were a coach at Brentwood. So check this out, man. I got a question, man. Okay, so did you coach offense or defense?
I was the offense coordinator for a few years, and then I stopped coaching for a year, and then I came back and I was the JV head coach for 2 years.
Okay, so here's
And
my
quarterback
question.
coach. Sorry.
Okay. So here is my question. So you were the offensive coach when I think it was the first game we played you guys, and we had you guys, Coach Smith, we had you, right?
Yes.
And in the last few minutes, you guys came back and I believe you scored 2 touchdowns with the 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Did you?
We were
Did
down.
you? Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Did you draw up that last play to that last you know what I'm talking about, that last play near the end of the
Yeah.
game where your boy caught the ball in the end zone?
Right. So I'll start from the beginning. So that was probably one of my worst called games all year. We couldn't drive the ball. We couldn't score. I think we scored one touchdown to that last. I think we were down 13 with a minute and a half left.
Yeah.
Or something like that, or 2 minutes. And then we were going no huddle. We finally got some rhythm. We scored. Somehow we got the ball back. I can't remember exactly how we got the ball back, but we did. And so we had a play called F wheel, which means the fullback just wheels around. We do slants, and then the fullback wheels around. And the running back came to me and said, "I think we get this." And so me and the head coach looked at each other and said, "Let's run it." And he made a great throw. And if you ever watch the tape, he literally did a Michael Jackson on his tippy toes on the sideline and caught it. I jumped on our defensive coordinator. That was a great game. It just started off that rivalry. It was an awesome game.
That was an excellent game, man. I mean, it went
Yeah.
it went through our players' hands. Jake, shout out to Jake Natalie, went through his hands. And we were just like, "Oh, come on, man!" It was.
But what's funny is,
go ahead.
what's funny is if he doesn't tip that ball, we don't catch it. If he didn't just
Yeah,
let it go, the game's over. But the way from him tipping it,
yeah,
we were able to catch the ball and get it in.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was an excellent game, man, and it kind of birthed into I guess it's not quite a rivalry, but it's a showdown on Sunset, and so I kind of like just going back and forth between
Right.
Brentwood and Pali, and maybe we'll continue to be a wonderful rivalry, because some of the boys know each other from just attending some of the area schools. They live in the neighborhood, a vast majority of them live in the neighborhood, and so I hope that rivalry continues. So when we play them this year, because I think they're on our schedule, you got some tricks up your sleeve.
We do play him there. We do play him this year. We play him at Brentwood,
Yeah.
and I told the coach already he's gonna have to change his hand signals because I'm the only one besides him that knows him. So half the hand signals I made up, or he made up. So
Right.
I'm the only one that hand signals plays in. So he's gonna have a
Absolutely.
lot to change that week.
And here's the good thing: it's only for one game, right? He wouldn't have to change them
Right,
for
right,
the whole season. I mean, Pally versus Brentwood is just one game, so
right.
he wouldn't have to change
But I'm
too
sure he
much.
wants to beat me as much as I want to beat them. So he's gonna
Absolutely.
have a lot to change.
Absolutely. No, it's going to be a wonderful game. Wonderful game. Okay. So then you talked about, being attracted to Pally and just kind of wanted to run your own football program, but now you're the coach, man. What is it that you like that you've seen from some of the players? I know you have your Saturday night opportunities to work out. Yeah, I know there's a 6-period football class. So what is it that you kind of see already, about the boys who are there, and then the boys who are to come? That's even going to make it a little bit more exciting for the football program.
I think the excitement from the kids has already been built up. You could feel the buzz just around campus. The boys are excited to get started. I think it's a fresh start for them. Although they went to the championship last year, I think there's some change that need to be done, and I think I could bring that to them, and just hearing the kids talk, hearing the parents talk. Everybody's excited just to have a fresh start, a new coach. They're excited about the offense. We've been implementing the offense on Saturdays, and all the kids are excited about it, and they can't wait for spring practice to start. And I can't. This nights I can't sleep because I'm up thinking about what I'm going to do next and what I'm going to do for spring. So, I'm excited. The kids are excited. The parents seem excited. So I'm just looking forward to getting started on May 9th.
Yeah, no, it's been a wonderful I think we were talking before, my experience with Pali football, and it's a wonderful thing, man. And so, the two previous head coaches, shout out to Coach High Duke, who brought the program to what it is now. Um,
Right.
Man, I've been around, and this last season was, it was a magical season, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every time I would talk to like Coach Coach Tim Hyde, right, who was there, two coaches before you, he was like, our team, we'd be lucky if we win 5 games, right? But then they'll go ahead and
Nah.
they'll win the Western League Championship and make it to the playoffs. And then this past 2 years, just 11-1 season, and then last season we went to the to the chip, right? And
Right.
we ran into a team, a well-oiled Dejan
Yes.
Dejan
Yeah.
Staley.
Yeah. Right.
He just couldn't be stopped. And so I can go back and in terms of 2019 when we lost to Banning in the playoffs, 2018 when we lost to Eagle Rock, 2017 when we lost to Dorsey, 2016
Right.
when we lost to San Pedro, 2015 when we lost to Birmingham. Man, I mean, I've seen some, and we've been really, really close to getting to the chip, and that's kind of my point. We've been really, really close, and so I'm hoping that we can, to borrow a line from my man Dr. King, I'm hoping that we can get to the promised land and not only just show up, but actually win, win a chip during your reign.
Right.
So I know you're excited. I think the parents excited. But I'm
Yeah.
even more excited about your first move, which is to unify the boys on the practice field. Just kind of talk about what that looks like, and just what it brings to the attitude for the football program?
I just think it's important to, to me, an individual trying to be different from the team brings the team down. It's kind of cliche-ish, but if one person is being an individual on the field, it's going to mess up everybody else. If we're not doing something uniformed, it takes away from the team and what they want to accomplish. And I think it starts with practice. We're going to change the way we practice. We're going to practice 100%. We're not going to waste any reps. The kids are going to be in for a shock on how we practice. They're going to be tired. I want practices to be hard so games can be easy. But it kind of irks my soul when I see a kid come out there with a different school shirt and they're trying to represent the school they're playing for. It just doesn't make sense to me. If you're going to be a part of this team, which is Pali, you need to have a Pali football shirt and shorts set on. And I think if they get that mindset, I think the chemistry would be there, and just the respect would be there. I just want them to have respect for the school and the team, and just be in uniform. I think that's part of it.
Absolutely. No, I've wished for that to happen, and I know there were several attempts in previous coaching staff, but yeah, to see the guys wearing like an Atlanta Falcon T-shirt,
Right.
and just a regular I think it brings uniformity. It brings the team together. Because here's the thing: when you look at when I go on Twitter sometimes and I look at some of the other high schools, guess what? They're all dressed in the same way during practice, and so I'm just I'm excited to see that on the practice field, and I can't wait to capture some of that footage with the boys, looking the same, practicing the same, and just going about their business on the
Right.
practice field.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks good. You want to be proud. You come out and you see everybody looking the same. And for college coaches who want to come out and recruit, and they see these kids all uniformed and all practicing the same, practicing hard, I think it looks good. On the recruiting and recruiting czars too.
Yeah, absolutely. Because now, if they kind of start with looking, together, now, if they play at the next level, that's the expectation, right? My boys, they don't
Exactly.
they don't have different colored t-shirts and shorts. Nah, guess what? When
Right.
I look at them in their practice, when they send practice photos or whatever, or if I'm on social media, all the offense, they might have the top might be different, right? You might have a white
Right.
jersey for the offense, a black jersey, but for the most part, everything is uniform, and so that's going to be something a sight to see. Let's kind of transition over to some of your coaches, man. I know we have some of the coaches who I think who are going to remain on the staff. So if you can, just kind of fill us in on some of the coaches who are on the coaching staff right now. And then I have a JV coaching question after that. So, but just let's talk about your staff right now.
So from the staff that was here last year, we have Coach Jeremy Reed, who's going to still be the defensive coordinator. AJ Jackson's going to run the defensive backfield again. Um, we have Coach Henry, who's going to run the receiver and core. Um, so I had two other coaches on the staff who ended up getting jobs other places, and I had to they had to quit. So I'm still looking for a running back coach and a D-line coach as of right now. And then we have Christian Featherstone, who I grew up with, who's works at Christian Calvary close by, who knows the kids, and he's going to come on the staff and help the JVs out right now. He's not going to be JV head coach, but he's going to help with the running backs during spring until I can fill that position. And then he's going to help with the DBs for the JV team.
Got you. Okay.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry. And then Coach Musa, who's our O-line coach.
got you. Okay. All right. Cool. I was going to ask you because you mentioned defense. I was going to mention about offense. So that's cool. And I believe Coach M, he's a teacher there on campus, correct?
Yes, yeah. I believe he's the history teacher
Okay.
on
Okay.
campus, yeah.
No, that's awesome.
And then I'll be the offensive coordinator and quarterback coach.
Okay. Of course. Of course. No, you wouldn't have it anyway. So it sounds like a pretty you got some oldies but goodies, and hopefully
Yeah.
with the addition of several other coaches, that's not only going to make the varsity team stronger and ready to play at the next level, but also, you're looking at some of these JV players, and trying to pull in the coach, find a coach for them, because I know
Right.
and I'm sure you know that our JV squad has been very, very successful over the years, and so I'm
Yes.
sure the parents and supporters expect nothing less, right? And so I can't wait to kind of talk to them as well. They've been guests on the show,
Mhm.
just kind of talk about uh, what they like to do, and just their interaction with the boys. Um, so no, that's cool. Now, what is actually your coaching philosophy? What is something that you preach and teach the kids on a daily basis that's going to help them be successful on the football field?
Well, when I like to coach, I tell the kids I don't coach for what you're playing. I coach for the next level to get you ready for the next level. So if you're a JV player, I'm going to coach you as a varsity player. If you're a varsity player, I'm going to coach you as a college player. Um, I want you to play fast. You have to play faster than the person across from you. Um, just working hard. Like I said, every rep counts. If you take a rep off, you're not doing yourself any favors. You're not doing the team any favors. I'm not a yeller. I'm not one that's going to yell and get in your face. It's football. We'll yell to motivate, but I'm not one to embarrass a kid because they dropped the ball or did something wrong. Um, I like to teach and coach. I think kids, when you yell too much, they kind of tune you out. My job is to talk as I'm coaching. I don't want them to tune me out, because then what's the point of me being out there? I want them to be able to hear what I'm saying, take what I'm saying, and translate it onto the field. So that's kind of my philosophy, or coaching style.
Yeah. Besides, maybe they might have questions or situations aside from football. You might be one of the only
Yeah,
other people
absolutely.
that they can go to. And so if you're always, constantly yelling in their ear, oh, you dropped the pass, or you didn't throw it this way, or you ran the wrong route, or you didn't, block your man, your man scored a touchdown. If you're
Right.
always yelling, then, the effect that you have on the kids is going to be diminished because you're always yelling. But, like you said,
Absolutely.
if you can, just talk it out, then maybe if they're having problems, maybe in the classroom or with another player, you'll have their ear instead
Right.
of,
Exactly.
always in in their ear
Right. Right.
yelling about, a mistake that they messed up on, or,
Right.
they didn't execute to your liking.
Absolutely. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's football. You have to raise your voice. You have to yell. We're not going to babysit the kids. But I think there's a time. I think there's a time and a place to yell and to talk. You have to have that balance, I think, and you have to know your players. There's some players you can yell at, and there's some players who don't take that kind of yelling, too well, and they don't play well. Other players, you have to yell at them to get them to play better. So I think you have to just know your players and know what you can get away with each one.
Got you, got you. No, it's I'm again, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This is gonna be a great, great season. And I think this is Amy over here. She says, "Go Pally, go Pally." So thank you for watching. That is the mom of Matthew Spoonermore, and I have to show you this picture. Matthew's, he's a senior this year, along with some of the others, but now I'll probably probably have Matthew and some of the other seniors on the show, just to kind of give them allow them to have their voice on the show. Not all the I don't want all the adults to come on and talk. I want some of the players to come on and just kind of talk about their experience with Pali
Right.
football. But I just have to show you this one picture, and I think I still have it. Matthew, he played DB last year, and he was very, very instrumental. Of course, his older brother played, Nathan Spoonermore. He was on O line. Matthew
Mm-hmm.
followed right in his footsteps and played. And so you're always going to have, sometimes you'll have players or brothers playing on the same squad, right? And so that was the case with these
Right.
brothers. But man, there was a game we played against Hamilton, and I'm sure you're probably familiar with some of the teams that we play in in the Western League. But man, Matthew laid this
Yes.
one hit, and I don't know if you've seen this before, but let me just, I think Coach AJ, I'm glad to hear that he's back. Coach AJ helped Matthew just kind of level this nice little hit on
Oh, not. Ooh.
that
Helmet
was
off and everything.
man, yeah. So when you talk about some boys who are hungry, who are tenacious, who are coachable, who do what
Right.
you're asked them to do. You got some guys. You got some guys. I know Cash Allen,
Yes.
Jesse, and I don't want to get into mentioning a whole bunch of names. Braden, Roman,
Right. Yep.
Mike Hale. Man, it's going to be a wonderful season, man. I cannot wait to see more hits like this, man.
Right.
Your initial reaction just seeing this picture for the first time.
I mean, if we can hit like that, it's going to be a good season. I feel like the offense, the way I'm going to run the offense is going to be exciting. So if we can get hits like that on defense, it's going to be for exciting full 48 minutes.
No, it definitely is. So let's go ahead. You know, we're not going to keep you too much longer, but I do want to kind of transition over, and I'm hoping before I transition, I'm hoping that you come back and join. I know Coach Hajduk, when he was a part of the program, if I'd asked him to hop on, he'll hop on and kind of. We'll chop it up for a little bit. So just know that you have the keys to the door anytime you want to hop on. You know, just send me a text or email, and we'll make it happen.
Absolutely. I mean, if I'd love to come on anytime. If you want to, have a recap of the game, I'd love to come on and do that. And anytime. I enjoy it, and I
Absolutely.
enjoy my time tonight.
Absolutely. Okay, so before I don't want to say our goodbyes just yet. I see
All right.
Evan is hopping on, so let me acknowledge Evan. Hey, Evan Townsley. He says, glad to be with you this year, Coach Smith. So that's Evan, and thank you for being a part of Pali Football, Evan. I don't know if I know you, if I know you, but hey, man, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful season. And so let's kind of transition to the money part now. As you know, or you should know, Pali Football has the fundraising arm called the Pali QB Club, and I'm sure you've kind of been introduced to some of the board members. The Pali QB Club is the fundraising arm for a football program, and so I believe, and you can help me out, making sure I have my facts straight. Today or tonight, our Snap Raise fundraiser is going to kick off. Is that correct?
Correct. We did. We kicked off today during sixth period, around 1 o'clock. We already did the email part, and I think the emails go out tonight, I believe.
No, they went out today.
Today, okay. And then we did the text messages today. So
Okay.
there's the email part and then the text
Okay.
message part.
Okay.
And then we already raised about $6,800 just through the text messages in about 10 minutes. So it's kicking up pretty good. Yeah.
Man, that's so awesome. Let me see if I can pull up what we're talking about. And actually, what I'm going to do is, last week I was kind of giving a small preview of what Pali Football is all about, and just kind of getting folks ready for this particular episode. And I kind of previewed just a video, and we did have some alumni who said they're going to do their best to kind of spread get the word out and have some
Awesome.
donations. So I know that's a wonderful opportunity for folks to kind of donate. Now, I kind of said it at the top of the show, just asking players to donate something. If it's 20, 25, whatever folks can, because you have different socioeconomic backgrounds on the team. And so whatever you can give, if you're a parent, family, friend, even if you're a foe, we'll take all the money, right? We'll take whatever you want to give. So maybe, Coach, as I'm pulling up this video, maybe just talk about just the importance of folks donating to our football program.
Yeah, just like you said, anything helps. The good thing about it is you can, if you don't have the money yourself, the emails and text messages is a great way to get other people who may have it to be able to donate, and they can send it out to their friends. You can send it to their friends. So even though you don't have it yourself, it's still a good way just to get the word out. And we always need jerseys every couple of years. We need pads. We need spare packs. Anything to help the program, equipment, footballs, bags. Everything. Every penny helps to be able to get stuff to make the program successful.
Absolutely. And then, one thing I haven't mentioned was just, you have I'm sure you have the full support of of the school, the assistant principals, all the way down to the athletic director. Maybe just kind of talk about just them welcoming you to the Pali football environment, and how you kind of feel about just being a part of the Pali football family.
I mean, literally since day one. I mean, really since my interview, everybody's been top notch. Like I said, the assistant principal who brought me into the interview, the first day I met Rocky, Coach Montz, the AD. He's been very supportive. Whatever you need, Coach, just let me know. I'll see what I can do, or I can get it. And he's come through every single time. The QB club has been phenomenal. And I sit and text, and I feel bad texting so much, but they've answered my calls every single time. Anything I needed, they've been able to get. And just the parents talking to them, saying, "Hey, Coach, what you need, just let me know, and I'll see what we can do." I mean, I can't say I have a single bad word about anybody since I've been a part of Pally.
Absolutely. No, I'm still just looking for. I know I received a text message from my nephew.
I got on him today about it because he threw an email, so he was on his phone today.
Absolutely. Man, I know I saw it, and I know it's going to happen as soon as we
Right.
hang up tonight. I'm gonna be like, oh, there's the email.
It is right.
But I do want I want to be able to show. Let me see if I can find the link. You know what? I think I'm gonna try to find it as we are going. Once we show the promo video. So just kind of talk about the promo video. You have a brief cameo in it. Talk about the video and just production and what it kind of means to the program in terms of getting the word out.
I think it was really important. It was a fun shoot. It just reminded me that I'm not a good actor, and I couldn't be an actor. I forgot my lines about 5 or 6 times, but no, it was a fun shoot. And Cash Allen's father put it together, and he was very patient with everybody. He did a great job on the video. Um, I was excited to do it, and I hope it gets around for everybody to see how excited not only me but the kids are about the program, and getting some help, with the funds to keep this program going for a very long time. But it's a great thing to do, and I look forward to doing it again next year if they have me.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, man, we gonna have you for a while, man. We're not gonna have a coaching carousel, man.
No, I meant for the commercial.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't want to get fired. My first acting debut.
oh, I got you. Okay.
No, but
All right.
I plan to be around coaching for a long time. That's my plan.
Absolutely, absolutely, and you're gonna have some wonderful support. Parents come and go, but just as long as you have your program together, the boys will fall in line, and even the parents, will fall in line.
Right.
You tell us what you need. Parents are gonna make sure you have it, right? Because you're gonna have, opportunities for the parents to bring the lunches, the supplies, Gatorade, anything that you're gonna want. Just know that the parents here at Pally, they're gonna support you as best as they can. And we have a nice operating budget. And when you look at some of the other teams that we play, they don't have I don't think they have the support like we do. And so we get the job done. I think our model should be a model that is used throughout the district. Now, there's some that go over and beyond what we do, but there's a lot in the district that they don't even touch. They don't have the same processes that we have in terms of fundraising, supplies, resources, and things for our football program. Okay, so I'm done fumbling around. I'm just gonna go ahead and show this video real quick that Coach Smith is in on, and probably by the end of the video I'll have an update as it relates to what our Snap Raise campaign is right now, the current donation amount. So Coach, you just sit tight where you are, and I'm gonna go ahead and run this video as soon as I can find it. I had it right here. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Okay, here we go, guys. So not the world premiere, but definitely we're premiering the fundraising video for the 2023 football season. So here we go.
Go. Welcome to the 2023 Pali Football fundraising page. We're all working hard this offseason, but we need your help.
Last year we went to the CIF Championship, first time in over 40 years, and we're hungry to do it again, but we need your help.
This is the biggest fundraiser of the year, and we need all your support.
Pali High provides less than 10% of the football program's operating budget. As student athletes, we need to raise funds in order to have a safe and successful program.
Your donations help pay for essential items like our helmets, our uniforms, team meals, medical supplies for our trainers, and more.
Your support is instrumental in making all of this possible, so please click the link below to donate. Every dollar counts.
All donations are tax deductible, and you will get a receipt.
After you donate, or even if you can't donate, please share our page with family and friends.
Thanks, Matthew. I'm Don Smith, the new head coach of the Palisades Dolphins. I'm thrilled to be here and can't wait to take this program to the next level. But we can't do it without your help. So please, every dollar counts. Help us go all the way this season. Let's go, D.
Thank you in advance. Come to the stadium by the sea this season and see your donations and all of us hard at work.
Thank you for your support. We couldn't do this without you. Matthew, break us down.
Pali on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Hey!
4, 5, 6.
Hey!
There we go. There we go, man. That's you know, the wonderful acting. You made your acting debut.
First and last.
in the video. No, I'm almost, I think I have to send it to myself, and so I just want to do that real quick, and then just to see if we can get an update and see where the Pali football program is, you know, is right now in terms of how much we've already raised, seeing that the campaign is live as of today. Let me see. So I don't see any questions in the chat, man. Is there anything that we missed, Coach, that you want to just kind of touch on before I find this this link or show the link?
No, I just want to thank everybody so far that's been supporting the program and supporting me, and you know, I look forward to this season. I'm very, very excited about it, and you know, the kids are excited about it, and I hope whatever system I bring in to this program is successful, and you know, everybody enjoys, you know, what I bring.
Man, you got a hard act to follow, man. You know, Act 2,
right.
You know, going into the chip last year, and then, like I said, the year before, you know, being 11-1, man. But you know, the good thing about it, I think, you know, as the you know, the boys have been playing together for a while. And so they kind of know, you know, they know who they are, except for, you know, I'm sure we have some guys who, you know, who played on JV who will probably be, you know, called up and play on the varsity squad. But for the most part, you know, you got a well-oiled machine. You got Roman doing his thing. You got some receivers. You know, you got a couple of running backs. You know, O-line and D-line, you know, they have to beef up a little bit. But I think, you know, we're going to be fine. You know, we're going to have some fun throwing the ball, catching the ball, doing what we do. So yeah, man, it's going to be a great, and I'm sure everything that you put in place is going to help the boys be successful on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I just want them to bring the best out of every athlete that we have on the field. You know, just whatever they don't think they have, I want to bring it out of them. So that's my goal.
Absolutely. Okay. So I have an update in terms of, now you said a couple of moments ago, the amount was, you know, 6,500.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. So I have, let's see, I have the ability, Coach, to, let me see. I think I can put you in. You see that, huh?
Oh, wow. I see it now. Yeah, I just refreshed my phone.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
nice.
where we are right now. $12,941 so far, and this is only the first day. Now I don't know what usually. Okay, I see the goal is $35,000,
Yes.
which is a pretty decent goal. And you know, if you look at it, we're almost at half. We're
Right.
almost at
Yeah.
half, and it's only the first day. You know,
Right.
I haven't dropped my 2 cents yet. You know, well, not 2 cents. I'm gonna add a little bit more than 2 cents, but I haven't dropped my nickels in. You know, support my nephew and just you know, the Pali football program. But you know, that's pretty good for the first day.
So it
$12,000.
is, and I think we have a month before it closes, so we still have a lot of time to to raise that money. So, but we're still gonna be working hard trying to get those emails and text messages out for those who haven't got it yet. So, like I say, anything helps, and I just want to whatever we can do to make this program good for the kids is I'm here for that.
Absolutely. No, it's going to be a wonderful thing. And, you know, normally they was, you know, because if I was on the board, they'd be like, hey, James, can you send us some tweets and some, you know, so I'm going to have to go
Right.
ahead and hop on my horse and do
There
what
you
I
go.
need to do. And, you know, just kind of get the word out on social media so that folks can donate and, you know, help the boys with the Pali football program.
Perfect.
Hey, Coach, it's been a blast, man. You know, we have to do this again. You know, and it doesn't have to be the full because we've been on right at looks like right at 59 minutes, going right over into an hour. You know, we don't
Okay.
have to you know, meet up. We can definitely do some game recaps because normally what I would do is kind of do a game recap, right? I'll come back
Okay.
on you know, Monday or Wednesday and just kind of talk about the game, you know, the game that we've played, and then kind of give it like a small preview in terms of our next opponent. And so,
Okay.
you know, maybe we can do that, you know, during the season. You know, I know you're a busy man. You got to put schemes together. You're up late at night. You're dreaming about
Yeah.
these, you know, about what schemes to call. So we don't want to
Right.
take up too much of your time, but you know, we definitely want to tap in from you know, every now and again as the season progresses. We know we got the summer. Well, first of all, spring ball, and then we got
Yes.
summer, and then in between that we got the 7-on-7. And let me ask you, while we're here talking about the 7-on-7, I noticed there were two dates on a Wednesday. Now, are those going to be obviously not tournament games, but just games that we're playing against that particular team? Correct.
Correct. Yeah. So the Culver City High School tournament that's on the Saturday. I think it's the July 8th. That's the big tournament. That's going to be a good test for us. There's a lot of good teams out there. And then I think we have Verbum Day, which is the 12th, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's just going to be against Verbum Day at Pali, and then we have another one against St. Monica's the 19th at Pali. So it's just going to be just going to be us. I'm trying to add some more teams, some other dates if we can, but we're just going to do that one tournament, that one big tournament, and then if we can add a couple, one or two teams just for us throwing against, we'll add those. But that's going to be the schedule for right now.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, you know, and just kind of reflecting on some of the, you know, the previous 7-on-7 teams. You know, I remember one year, I think 2 years ago, the team, you know, they kind of stunk it up, right? But then, no, I mean, they really did. They stunk it up. But the following week, they came back and you know, they played. I think that was the El Camino 7-on-7 tournament. They played extremely well, and I think that particular year they got to the championship game. So,
Okay.
you know, those 7-on-7 tournaments, they do make a difference. And so that's why it's important for your boys to be involved in the spring practice, in their summer practice, and definitely the mandatory practices that coach has already put out. So, you know,
Absolutely.
we can't wait to see what happens, not only in the 7-on-7, but foremost spring ball, and then the early part of the summer. So, hey,
Right.
man, we got to do this again.
Absolutely.
Any last words before we close out?
Just to the last point you just made, I just want to tell everybody it's important to come out for practice, especially with the first time coach, new system. It's very important to get the camaraderie and the chemistry together with everybody on the team. So I understand people want to go on vacation and everything, but it's really important, especially now, to come out as much as possible because we don't want to go into the season not knowing what we're doing. We want to get all that stuff, all the iron, all the wrinkles ironed out as soon as possible. That way we can have a great season this year. And I look forward to having a great season. So that's all I want to say.
Absolutely.
And thank you as well.
Hey, absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, here's a good thing too, coach, I think I kind of made this announcement last week. You know, last year, you know, I went live on our Facebook on our Facebook Pali Football page. This year, I think we have the opportunity to go live on our YouTube This Week in Pali YouTube channel. So now that's going to give more exposure to folks being able to watch. A lot of people don't have access to Facebook, but they do have access to YouTube. And so just looking forward to, once the season hits, and I'm going to keep, talking about it from now until I turn, baby blue and Columbia blue, whatever the case might be, about the differences. So we're going to kind of shift our Friday nights from our broadcast online on Facebook. It's going to happen on YouTube. And so maybe
awesome.
If I'm around, we'll try to, get some updates for, maybe the Culver City 7-on-7, just, so parents and supporters can see what the boys are doing and how well the progression is taking place with the new regime in place. So again, Coach,
absolutely.
We appreciate you hopping on tonight, and we'll connect, man. Definitely we'll connect. And this will not be your last time hopping on. And so I appreciate you, my man. And we'll do this again really, really soon.
Absolutely. Thank you. I had a blast tonight, and thank you again. Appreciate
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely. Do me a favor. Just kind of hang tight in the green room real quick. I'm going to close out the show, and then we can talk afterwards, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, everyone. So there he goes. That's Coach Smith. He's put it out there. He's looking forward to the program. And so those of you who are here for the duration, I appreciate you. And so spread the word. We're going to be live every Monday around 7:00. And so we'll continue to put out the reminders in our appropriate groups, Facebook and on Facebook and also on YouTube. So Coach Smith, thank you again for hopping on, and onward and upward for the Pali football program. And so I am going to close out and just say, hey, thank you for supporting Pali football. And the last thing I just need to say is go Dolphins. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time. Here we go, closing it out.
Hey, win on me, win on three, ready, 1, 2, 3. Win! Oh, yeah! Stop playing with a P! Stop playing with a P! Stop playing with a P! Stop playing!